When two giants of automotive excellence, Mercedes-Benz and McLaren, joined forces, the result was nothing short of spectacular. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren and checking into the history of the vehicle, as well as seeing how it compares on our test lap against other cars we've already tested. The Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren was introduced in 2004 and culminated in its Swan Song editions in 2009. This was a supercar born at the intersection of Formula One engineering and Grand Touring luxury, but the 2009 models, with their refined design and enhanced performance, marked the pinnacle of this ambitious collaboration. This is the story of a car that blurred the line between track-bred performance and opulent road-going comfort. The SLR project was rooted in Mercedes-Benz's desire to create a car that would honor its motorsport heritage, particularly the legendary 1955 300 SLR Coupe. At the same time, McLaren, then a dominant force in Formula One, was a natural partner to help translate this vision into a technological marvel. Unveiled in 2003, the SLR McLaren immediately turned heads with its long-nosed silhouette, butterfly doors, and unapologetically bold styling. However, the car wasn't just about looks. It was a statement of engineering prowess, blending Mercedes' luxury and McLaren's racing pedigree. By 2009, the SLR had evolved into a family of variants, including the standard coupe, a roadster, as well as an ultra-exclusive 722 edition and the track-focused 722 GT. The final models, including the Sterling Moss edition, would cement the car's place as one of the most audacious creations of its era. At the core of the 2009 SLR McLaren was a hand-built 5.4-liter supercharged V8, known internally as the M155 SLR engine, producing 617 horsepower and 575 foot-pounds of torque. This beast of an engine sent power to the rear wheels through a 5-speed AMG Speed Shift R automatic transmission, a surprising choice in an era when dual-clutch gearboxes were becoming the norm. Despite its weight of nearly 3,800 pounds, the SLR was blisteringly quick. It could do 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3.4 seconds and hit a top speed of 208 miles per hour. Its straight-line performance was matched by a spine-tingling soundtrack, courtesy of the supercharger's whine and the side exit exhaust system, which roared with unfiltered aggression. Unlike many of its rivals, the SLR was not a stripped-down, track-focused machine. Instead, it was designed as a grand tourer with supercar credentials, capable of crossing continents at speed while coddling its occupants in luxury. The cabin was a masterpiece of leather, carbon fiber, and aluminum, with a focus on craftsmanship and comfort. The seats, though supportive, were designed for long drives, and features like dual-zone climate control, air conditioning, and a premium sound system emphasized the car's touring capabilities. A double wishbone suspension setup provided sharp handling without compromising the ride quality, striking a balance that made the SLR as comfortable on the highway as it is exhilarating on a twisty mountain road. The SLR's body was both futuristic and functional. Designed in a wind tunnel, its long hood, low-slung stance, and sharp contours all served aerodynamic purposes. The carbon fiber monocoque chassis kept weight down while providing an incredibly rigid structure. The active aerodynamics were also a highlight. A rear air brake deployed under hard braking to increase downforce and stability. The sleek underbody and rear diffuser contributed to high-speed grip. The car's styling was polarizing, with its elongated proportions and dramatic butterfly doors, drawing both admiration and criticism. But there's no denying its presence on the road. It was unmistakable. In 2009, Mercedes and McLaren introduced special versions to cap off the SLR's production. Among them, the SLR Sterling Moss, an ultra-rare open cockpit speedster limited to 75 units, paying homage to Sir Sterling Moss and his victory in the 1955 Mille Miglia. With no windshield or roof, it is the ultimate expression of raw performance and exclusivity. The SLR McLaren was met with mixed reviews during its production run. Critics noted that its automatic transmission and grand touring focus made it less engaging than rivals like the Porsche Carrera GT or Ferrari Enzo. Yet enthusiasts praised its blend of brutal power, luxury, and usability, a combination that made the SLR a supercar like no other. Over time, the SLR has gained a cult following. Its rarity, only 2,157 units being produced, combined with its unique positioning as a luxury supercar, has made it sought after by collectors. Prices have steadily risen, reflecting the car's growing status as a modern classic. The Mercedes-Benz SLR McLaren defied conventions by prioritizing comfort and usability without sacrificing performance. It was a car designed for those who wanted to experience supercar thrills without compromising on luxury. If you've made it this far, please like and subscribe to the channel. But let's go ahead and take the SLR over to Tokyo and see how it handles our lap. Fully built, the SLR ends up with 776 performance points, which puts it in a nice place for tuning for either Group 3 or Group 4 races. The car has plenty of grip even without adding a rear wing. This also preserves the active aero that comes with the car, which is, I tend to think it's a little bit more fun that way. The engine produced 850 horsepower with the larger supercharger and 693 foot-pounds of torque. After weight reduction, the SLR hits the scales at 2,687 pounds. I'm sure this weight reduction would likely compromise the car's luxury appeal. The SLR feels very planted and very well balanced. The engine gives off more of a brutal muscle car vibe, but it still hits 240 miles per hour on the straights. The tire wear was pretty well balanced as well, with about 20% of the wear to the front tires and about 25% of the wear to the rear tires. For the fuel economy, we're back in the muscle car world, with it burning through the full tank in just 3 laps. This seems like it would be a great car to own in real life, but in terms of game usage, it's kind of underwhelming, and there are much cheaper options available for much more performance if you're looking for something, as more of a track weapon. But this is definitely a unique way to get around the course, and it will qualify for a lot of races, so you can get your money back pretty easily. If you do end up picking one up and like this livery, just search for keyword Moss and you'll find it in the area to download. This SLR ended up crossing the line at 1 minute 55 seconds, .453, which is a little bit underwhelming for the price. It actually puts it down into some of the 80s classics like the Super Silhouette and the 205 Turbo rally car. If you missed the video on the Nismo 400R, you can check that out here. I always appreciate you guys watching. Take care.